And welcome back. Now, I haven't been recording for a very, very long time, and I apologize for that profusely. However, now that I have returned, it is a question of what am I to play? Well, EU4, that's a given, but it's more so a question of what will I do in terms of countries and goals. Now, I've asked around and only got one response. One response, guys. Can do a bit better than that. Anyway, so there was one person who decided, well, the same person. He gave me three options. Three options or an ultimatum. He said I should either play as the Inca and form Peru, which isn't sadly possible. However, it might be possible if I, say, choose the colonial nation of Peru later on, to take Spanish Peru and try and break free. However, that seems to be, how do I say, more of a hassle than anything else. And I don't necessarily feel like playing as one of the pagan nations. I say pagan, just the unreformed Initi, I don't know. Anyway, that was option number one. Option number two was to play as, well, Savoy is the only option we have right now, and form Sardinia-Piedmont, which I can't quite remember, and control the Mediterranean. In other words, reform the Roman lake that was the Mediterranean. Also quite fun. The last option was to play as one of these bordering nations of Castile and split up Castile into small chunks. Again, interesting enough. However, I will... let's see if it works. It might crash my game. If so, I'll be back in a sec. No, it didn't! However, things have been moved around a lot, so... Hey, Lithuania. Anyway, I had once played as Morocco, and done what they had asked, which was to split up Castile. It's a bit messed up now, because there's new provinces and all that. For example, Leon is down here. Although I think, no, that was actually correct. But there's Brazil, for some reason, which I'm confused. Anyway, I was Morocco, and I had essentially taken Castile apart. And yeah, that was a fun game in itself. Sweden, Russia. What else? This was a game just playing it for fun. Genoa, trying it out. This is back to Georgia. I will not load this because we all know what that looked like. And Lansang, some other countries I decided to give up on. Nepal, yes, this was our other game. The main reason why I decided to end this one was that right there was the reason why I ended that one. Because it crashes the game and if I try to load it. It's a bit strange actually, because it means that I can load a save that is actually from an earlier version than the Morocco game, but it would actually still work, which is interesting in itself. Anyway, I had a very fun game as Pomerania actually, and I can show you this one. See if it, I hope it doesn't crash. Please don't crash, because this one was actually really well done and I found. Here we go, wonderful. Pomerania, quite large. And yes, we have the Netherlands, I'm pretty sure, in our vassal, and France is in a personal union. So we are unstoppable, to say the least. And we still haven't formed ourselves an empire, which is disappointing. Then we have Lafayette, which I mainly just wanted so I can have more control. Most of North America, we have a few chunks here and there that are missing. Columbine, Mexico, Louisland, New Palm, and Canada. It was bad puns. Anyway, we have Alaska as well. And that's actually it, I think. We didn't do much in terms of Asia. Sort of stayed out of there. Bosnia went very well in this campaign, which is why I decided I would try to do the same in an actual campaign. I didn't get very far, simply because, if you have a look, I am in 1790. I only played about 100 years as Bosnia. So I'll show you my Bosnia. It looks surprisingly similar, actually. Only that I have twice the development that they do. So yeah, we grew a bit, and as you do, nothing too major. Took a good chunk of Italy. We have Naples as a vassal, allied with Austria, Spain, Teutonic Order, Scandinavia. Teutonic Order went very well in this campaign. So yeah, we didn't have any colonies as Bosnia. No point really. It was just a fun game. This was me messing around with Ming. Najdit, we were trying something, but I was trying something my own time. That's a custom nation. Minuta, I think I've shown this one before. This might crash the game again, but we'll see. Didn't crash the game, wonderful. Now, the one province minor, we grew a bit larger, just a tad. A lot of these provinces are new, so you can actually see what provinces were added in the recent patches, where they added lots and lots of provinces. Ming is actually quite intact. Then again, so that's that. Now, back to the problem at hand. We did want to actually start a new campaign, which I suppose I could do sooner or later. Now, there's a lot of choices in this case. I would have actually done Monteferrat if they had ideas, but since they don't, I feel kind of because the Italian ideas are good, they're good in themselves, but they're a bit boring, I say. What we could do is try to do the Mediterranean, but as a Ragusa, which will be extremely hard. I mean, it's hard enough for Ragusa to survive in itself. So, there's potential for that, but I'm not too sure yet. So look, 14 development. How much did Nepal have? 25. We're going down in development. We're going from 50, 25, and 14. Almost halving it. So that's fun, I guess. I was thinking of actually doing Telmkin at one point. But what annoys me a lot is that all of these nations here have Berber ideas. So there isn't really much variety. All these sad things. Now that I think about it, I might actually do Peru, simply because they have their own special ideas. Decisions. Well, let's click random nation a few times, and if we get a Peru nation with ideas of their own, we might just play them. Adolia, Telmkin, Hejaz, Lanka, Dirit, Songhai, Timurids, Kazan, Sisquanahawk, Sharaka. No, they have the generic ideas. Bengal. Although one thing I do want to say, the fact that they split up Buddhism a lot is a lot nicer, because that way we can't have... Whoop, that was the wrong button. That way we can't have the indestructible custom nation, random nation kind of stuff. Roku! We're not playing Roku. I've said before I will not do a world conquest, because that will just make me hate the game. Pleo, Palanita, Viajanor, Hedajes, Quito! Again, they have... Alright, next time if we don't get the right one, we'll just choose the closest one right next to them. Manchu, Tapui... Oh, they actually have ideas. God. Do I choose these guys? It feels like a bad idea, so I will not. I'm sorry. As much as I'd like to get going, I feel like... you know what? If we don't get one in the next 5, I'll just choose one. Cusco, here we go. Now we can choose. Do we have Cola or Lanka? Or just Cusco? Andeans, Amerindian, Incan. Although nobody here is Incan, so we could actually choose Cusco. Because Incan ideas are actually technically a special idea. So let's have a look at Cusco. 43, 33, 24, 24. They're actually pretty average. Yeah, that looks pretty alright actually. They're one of the strongest. Oh no, Quito is the other strong one. So let's start this one up. And I'll see you in the next episode, where we will actually start this campaign. See you that time.